because of the way it's economically organized. It's organized for profit, and it's organized for marketing and so forth and so forth. And in that machinery, you do not have any real freedom. You've got freedom to choose gimmicks, but you don't have freedom of real choice. See, you have freedom to choose your brand of TV and your new car and that sort of thing. But you're not even free not to have a car, you know. I mean, you can choose what car you've got, but in other words, life is really determined for everybody, and even the hippie, in his descent, is living a predetermined kind of life, although he tries to get out of it, and he's trying to rock the boat, but the boat likes that kind of rocking. You know, Time magazine picks it up, Life magazine picks it up. Everybody is suitably shocked and suitably scandalized and a little bit interested and sort of titillated by it and so forth, and then it vanishes after 3 years, and then another one starts. It means nothing, see? And in the long run, it's pathetic. Now, we as religious fall into that same kind of a category. I mean, we're good for a certain amount of space in the news, you know. The Vatican Council was good for a certain number of columns, and nuns come out with a different habit. It's good for a picture in Life and maybe 2 or 3 pages and comments over, and then it passes on, see. And we're incorporated in this thing where everything is reduced to a sort of indifference. See, it's all equal. On one page, you've got a nun with a new habit. On the next page, you've got somebody in a bikini or a burlesque queen or something like that. It's all the same. See? Total indifference. There's no indication that one thing means more than another, or it's just quantity. See? It's quantitative business. This is worth so much space, and this is worth so much time on TV. And people who make TV programs, or people that I've known that are involved in TV, say that the thing that impresses you when you see the thing go and when you see it being made is what's really important is all the technical stuff that's going on. And what's in front of the camera is totally indifferent. See? Because what's really happening is what's happening with the machinery. These are the guys that are doing the work.
He brings that technological age. That's what
yeah. See, and what's important is the process, and what's going through the process, indifferent. It doesn't matter whether it's the Pope or whether it's a bathing beauty or what it is. It's just something you feed into the thing, and it's good for someone 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so forth. And behind it, see, is this kind of basically. This is the system that calls for some kind of a prophetic situation. Now, the old conservative thing of simply putting a lot of people behind grills isn't doing anything for this, you know. I mean, that's good for a few laughs, and that's all. You know, they got funny books about those kind of nuns, and they brought out a lot of comic books on them before the council. Now, I guess that's stopped. But for a while, the nun was good for kind of a humor, you know, and it was just sort of kind of a contrast, made modern life look more interesting and so forth. And it didn't mean much. What are we going to do? See, what is the prophetic person going to do? Look back at the history of prophecy. Look back at the Old Testament. What happens to what is a prophet? One of the essential things about the prophet is like Abraham. Abraham starts out, what's the first thing that happens to him? Leave thy people. You have to get out of a certain kind of society. You have to get out of a social structure, put yourself in the hands of God, and then go on from there. All through the Old Testament, you got the same thing. Moses, the chosen people, you've got to get out of Egypt. You've got to get out of this Egyptian structure. There's nothing that was said that Egypt was an immoral country or anything like that. It wasn't necessarily worse than any other country. But they had to get out because they weren't free. See, because they were told what to do. Somebody else determined their life entirely for them. Now, the word for this, incidentally, the word that we have to think of in connection with this is the word alienation. This is one of the big words in Karl Marx. It's one of the big words in Freud. It's a big modern word. But modern man, Marx or Freud notwithstanding, is an alienated man. See, that is to say, an alienated person. He can be consciously or unconsciously alienated. If he's either way, somebody else is living his life for him. See? Somebody else is telling him what he's got to do. See? Somebody else is determining what kind of life he has to live. If he's a slave, well, it's obvious that his life is not his own. Because, I mean, if somebody